Hey everybody, Pastor Andy Duffey here and Pastor Bilbo, who's real excited to get outside. We are bringing you another daily devotion, continuing the story of Easter and the resurrection of Christ, coming from Matthew. This is our third day on Matthew's resurrection stories. We covered his first appearance. We covered yesterday the report of the guards who were supposed to be guarding the tomb, addressing some of the rumors that the disciples had maybe taken the body. And then today, we finish Matthew's Gospel with what is popularly known as the Great Commission, which is basically Jesus sending his disciples out on a mission. They have a goal, they have a task to carry out when Jesus is no longer physically present with them. This, I think, still holds for today. This is the mission of the church. So here we are, right, in the entryway or the exit way from the Antioch Church of the Brethren, heading out the doors. That's where Jesus is, outside. When we come out of the sanctuary and we see that picture of Christ and we head out these doors, we are on a mission. We aren't leaving the church, we are becoming the church when we leave this building. So I want to read to you the very end of the Gospel of Matthew 28, verse 16. Then the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain where Jesus had told them to go. When they saw him, they worshipped, but some doubted. Then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." I think it's a beautiful send-off for the Gospel of Matthew. If you remember from the Gospel of Mark, it's very different, right? It's kind of got that climax, that inspiration to go out and do something. What does Jesus want us to be about now that the story is complete? What's our chapter? It should be to go, to baptize, which just means to immerse, right? To make disciples wherever we go. It doesn't say make believers, it says make disciples. It's not so much about convincing people or persuading people to agree to some idea. It's about changing people's lives so that they in turn will follow Christ wherever the Spirit leads out in the world. And also Jesus says, teach them to obey everything I have commanded. Okay, what did Jesus command? You can think of it yourself. All the times Jesus preached, all the parables he told, all the people he healed, and the lessons that he drew out of those occasions. To love one another. To love God and your neighbor. Who is my neighbor? Everyone. Stranger, enemy, not just friends and family. Jesus taught us to worship God with everything we have. Jesus taught us to beware of false religion and hypocrisy. Jesus taught us to forgive, to pray. Jesus taught us to serve one another, even when it hurts. Jesus taught us to give. These are the things that we ought to be going out and doing and showing others how to do. So, even though we may not be able to get out of our homes much, find ways to show others what a disciple looks like by the way that you live, and go. And when we get back here, we'll really put it into action. Come on, bud.